So, how did this whole shenanigans start for you guys? What was the thought process of getting a van?
You know, driving by things with an RV, with a 30-foot RV and a 25-foot truck, and going, oh, let's stop there real quick, and it was just like, I don't think I can get in and out of there.
And the other thing was stopping at trailheads when we go bike riding.
Yeah.
Being able to come out, the dog is with us, the bathroom is right there, and get cleaned up and get on rather than being all dirty, getting in a car trying to go somewhere or have lunch right away.
I had semi-retired, opened a bike shop. Gina was still working pretty hot and heavy. When the pandemic hit, she realized and learned, forced to learn, that she could work remote. Didn't have to go in an office 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. So once she saw she could do that and could work from anywhere, it made it much easier. So then we started looking at vans, and of course that's the time when vans just blew up in popularity. So our first thing was, well, let's go get a van, and we'll figure out how to build it from there, whether I'm building it and she didn't want me to build it because she wanted it to work. I don't know. So we knew we wanted to go custom, and just going to YouTube University and watching all the builds, and I'm showing her different ones all the time. What do you think about this? What do you think about that? We came across a couple that Mark was doing for Nomadik, and we were just like, yeah, that's the type of build we want. And
Little did you know.
Yeah, that's the type of build we want. And we weren't seeing anyone at the time who did builds like that. And I keep up to watching every van tour video I can find, and I'm still not seeing anyone build these type of vans in this quality craftsmanship, and that's that's what we wanted. We wanted a one of a kind.
Just the design and being fully custom and having somebody that can help us walk through that design process, being that we've never done this before. It was really important to get somebody with that experience.
We filled out the form online, and then we began discussions and talking to them, and then having those interactive calls.
Yeah, I think we just had a really good rapport with you the moment that we started talking. Yeah. It was like we knew you for years, and it was like an hour later. So I think that relationship just started from the very first moment, and I think that was a big connection. And that's part of it too, because I think as the builder and helping us design is learning us and our personalities and what we want, and I think you dialed into that really fast, and that was really important for us.
It's a gift to be able to translate what a novice is asking for. First thing we did when we got the empty shell of a cargo van was see how many bikes I could fit in the back. And I had 7 in there. Like, okay, this'll work. And then the reality of all the
That's
other things.
That's when I went, yes, you need tanks and power.
Yeah, I was like, okay, well. The next hardest decision was which toilet to get. And they all have pros and cons with that. And us coming from the RV world is when we just said, let's just stick with what we know. Yeah, with a lot of the other builders that I've seen, it's more of a pick one of 5 layouts sort of a deal. And so, that's to me is not really custom. We're not only from a finish standpoint and being able to select the exact type of wood that we really liked, or changing the countertop, or the type of appliances. All of those things are great, and sure, probably many can do that, but having the level of detail to go down to, we need to make the shower 1 inch shorter than you normally would, or whatever, and being able to do custom things, like, hey, I want to put a solar box, a skylight, a max fan, and a Nomadik AC all on the roof of this thing. Can we make it fit? Yeah, if you do it custom and you do some custom welding and extra work, you don't just cut some holes and throw it up there. You got to make sure that the frame is still sound and that it's going to all stay together. So that's the attention to the detail and making sure it's going to last in the long run as well.
You know, having a solid bed was important. I didn't think I would like the partition part where you know, have multiple cushions, because having a solid sleep is ideal. So having that fixed bed, I think, was one of the keys for me. So again, designing around that. And I agree with that. You know, we both agreed with that north-south, just from the perspective of not having to climb over each other, getting in and out. We know the con of that was it took up more space. But we also have the bikes underneath, so it worked for us.
Yeah.
What led you to the decision of going with a really extra large fridge?
We like to eat. And we eat a lot. Yeah, so you know, it's funny when we watch like these videos of, you know, people in van life and they got a small fridge and like, I can put food in here for 2 weeks, and I'll look at him and like, there's no way we're getting 2 weeks worth of food in that fridge. So having that, and the freezer separate from the fridge, and having that large one, I feel like then we can have, you know, a couple weeks worth of food in there because you can utilize the freezer that way. And
without naming names, one of us really likes ice cream, and most of those fridges have no room for ice cream in them.
So I would say the one thing that I really appreciate about the crew that I have working for me is we have a well, that's not impossible kind of attitude. And so with you guys, I think where I got kind of in your van was stuck on this idea of like, oh, we're gonna put everything in this van that they ask for, and that turned out to be a challenge because it was like we packed the most that we've ever put into a van. Full fuel extended tank, a 15-gallon black water tank, a 15-gallon gray water tank, all the plumbing, all of the stuff that went into that, plus your heaters, your mechanicals, and if you look at underneath your van, it's packed. You know, there's nothing really underneath your van. So I would say that was one of the biggest challenges.
Just thank you and your entire team. I mean, that's the effort, like I said, that everybody put on and care about it. And, you know, I think they enjoyed the work and seeing that final product just as much as we do. So it was really nice being able to get to know everybody and see everybody in that process. And just thank you to.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the team for sure. They were amazing, and, you know, all super nice and amazing craftsmen, and their attention to detail was so appreciated, and just what they produced.
Thanks for checking us out and watching our latest video. If you'd like to follow along our process and our journey here at Nomadik Customs, please like and subscribe. And if you see anything that you like in our videos, please reach out to us at nomadiccustoms.com. Thanks for your time, and thanks for watching.